How long will it take to settle your car crash case? Now, that is a question that I get asked all the time when clients come in soon after their injuries. And it's an answer that I'm sure you've heard from attorneys and expect to hear from attorneys, but it really depends. It all depends mostly on the severity of your injuries. It also depends on what you're willing to settle your case for, depending on your injuries and the severity of the crash and a multitude of other factors that go into it. But the main thing that goes into play when you're asking, how long does it take to settle a car crash case is the severity of your injuries. Now, if you have kind of typical whiplash type connective tissue injuries that require a physical therapist or a chiropractor to treat you for 6 to 12 weeks, you can usually typically get that case settled, a month to 3 months after you've begun treating. And the reason that time lag is it takes time to gather all the required medical records that we have to show the insurance company to prove your injuries, prove your treatment, prove the reasonableness of that treatment. So if you're looking at that, you're looking 3 months after your treatment for kind of that typical treatment plan for typical connective whiplash type injuries. Now, if your injuries are more severe, then obviously that's going to take longer to settle because you don't want to settle your car crash too soon. If you have permanent injuries, that's going to require extensive amount of treatment. And at some point, in some cases, the insurance company is just not willing to give you the money that you're entitled to and what your injuries are actually worth anywhere close to that, unless you actually file a lawsuit. Once you file a lawsuit, it could take years to settle your car crash claim. But as we discussed at the beginning, it all depends on the severity of your injuries that are directly related to the crash. Now, some people have pre-existing injuries that are aggravated by a car crash that are taken into account when you're getting treated and the insurance company is valuing your claim. But the main thing that we look at when we're looking at time frame, as far as the time frame from the date of the crash to the date you can actually settle your case, is the severity of your injuries. Now, sometimes cases don't settle and they go to litigation. We have to file a lawsuit, and the insurance company hires attorneys, and it takes a long time. But that's a whole separate topic. But as far as the time frame to settle a case directly with the insurance company and their adjusters, typically mainly depends on the severity of your injuries and your treatment plan.